Hey guys, Rick Ramirez, Mercenaries Rugby, Edwardsville, Illinois. Thanks for joining me. I'm a player, assistant coach, and today we're going to talk about the 8-man pickup. The 8-man pickup, as we're talking about right now, presentation was adapted from a book called Rugby Attack by Dan Cottrell, Rugby Coach Weekly. So thank you very much, Dan, for the information. Look forward to seeing more from you. So the 8-man pickup, why do we do it? What's the intention before it? Two things. With the 8-man pickup, we want to create space, and by creating that space, we'll be preparing ourselves for whatever our next step, our next move will be. So why would we want to create space? Well, obviously, if we can create space in the defensive back line, it's going to open up us offensively as we move that way. Another reason we may need to create space is if we're pinned up inside our own 22, between our 22 and our goal line, and we need a clearing kick from our fly half, an 8-man pickup coming around the outside can move up, give us another 5 or 10 meters that we can use for space to give our fly half plenty of time to give an appropriate, good clearing kick to get us out of the danger that we may be in. So the 8-man pickup itself, what does it look like and how's it going to work for us? We have the gain line and we have the scrum. Our scrum half is going to feed the ball into our offensive scrum. The pack is going to set the ball back to the 8-man. The 8-man is going to break his bind, pick up the ball, and run forward up the field. As the 8-man runs forward up the field, the one caution is he has to come out wide enough so that the flanker on the defense on that same side can't just step out and tackle him. We have to make gain. We have to make the gain we intend for this to be successful. So as the 8-man comes out and moves upfield, the flanker on the same side as the 8-man will also break free and move up and follow in support of the 8-man. Also, the scrum half is right there with them. The 8-man is going to come out and around and should target the opposing fly half. By targeting the opposing fly half, we have an 8-man and a flanker that'll be able to manage the ball at that point of contact. By doing that, we have already created an overload because we have our back line fully intact, and they have already committed one, depending on how it's shaping up. Maybe two people may have to be committed to that point of contact. So our 8-man carries it into contact, and based on the type of contact, the 8-man can either offload the ball to the flanker, and the flanker can continue to advance up the pitch, or if the 8-man is tackled, the flanker can support in that tackle, create quick ball for the scrum half, who will be right there. Then that quick ball will be passed out to the back line, and the back line then will have an overload and can proceed up the pitch with an overload and make good gain. So that's the basic premise behind an 8-man pickup. Also, based off of that, you can also have your packy as after the scrum come in and support for quick hits and keep hammering up the field, engaging the back line further and further as they go. Another opportunity off the 8-man pickup is to create an instant overload within their backfield. So we are man-to-man within the backfields. The 8-man again picking up, but rather instead of coming in and engaging their fly half directly, the 8-man can come out and split their back line with support from the flanker and the scrum half. As they're doing this, our other flankers coming in, filling in the hole behind them, our backfield is floating outward away from them in support, and then we're coming in and our 8-man is creating contact down line somewhere, maybe inside center. And by creating that contact inside center, we now have created an overload of 3 to 5, 4 to 5, and we have got wide open lanes down here. Quick ball from the scrum half to the fly half, get hands out, and we have an overload and create an open field. The danger with this is we have some isolation out here. Our pack may not be able to come in and support quickly, but with a good backfield, good hands, we can manage that quite well. So those are some of the plays that we can do off the 8-man pickup. Some of the things that can make the 8-man pickup more effective would be, number one, obviously, if we have an 8-man that is quick and able to move very agile, then they're going to be more successful. The other thing that's going to be very helpful in an 8-man pickup is we have our gain line that's set by the scrum. Based on that gain line, if the initial scrum is able to turn or wheel that scrum just a little bit, you can see the 8-man there is in position almost already at the gain line. Therefore, any steps they take will gain us positive movement up the field. So being able to wheel or turn the scrum just a little bit puts the 8-man in a more advantaged situation for getting up the field and further removes the opposing fly half from being able to get direct access to our 8-man as he breaks free. So that's the 8-man pickup. The intent of the design is to create space, either space within the back line for us to break through, or possibly space for our fly half to get a good clearing kick. But once we've created that space, then we are in position for our next play, whether it's continuing crash hits, hands all the way out our back line so that they can get up the sideline. But that space is the intention behind the 8-man pickup. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I appreciate your time. Look forward to seeing you at practice.